All right, let's chat about anxiety. Anxiety is different for everyone, so I'm going to talk about my anxiety. And hopefully, some of it encourages you, as in you're not alone out there. So, I get anxious over the most ridiculous things, like over anxious. I overthink, I get worried, and it's like a ticking bomb. Like, I literally feel like a ticking bomb. When you've had a bad experience, and you go to that bad experience, or you see that bad experience, you're gonna get anxious. So I've had bad experience with police officers. So seeing a police officer in uniform, or like a police car, that is just anxiety right there. There's a specific park where I live that I can't go to because it makes me anxious. I don't go places that I've had like bad experiences with, or like old jobs that I used to work at. I don't go there. So yeah. And then I overthink, like, if I've made someone mad or something, or like have done something wrong, and so I get anxious about that. Yeah. What do I do that helps? So the first thing that I do is I remember that in the Bible it says, do not worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow has its own troubles. So I always have to remind myself, don't worry, God's in control. And then Philippians 4:8, is what I'm focusing on true? Is what I'm focusing on right, noble, just? Is it God honoring? And if it's not, again, God's in control. And while it is hard to not worry, and while it's hard to not get anxious, it is possible. You can get to the place of where you're not anxious, you're not a ticking bomb, and you're not worrying anymore. It just takes practice of using your toolbox and building it with the right tools. So the first tool that you want to put in your toolbox if you're anxious is God, by praying, memorizing scripture. The second thing you want to do is have worship music, focus on your breathing, getting your hands on something, coloring, reading, watching a show, smelling a oil, doing self-care, going for a walk, I think what else? Journaling. So all those can help you in the moment when you're anxious. Sometimes there are tools that work for certain things that don't work for another thing. So sometimes you kind of have to play around with the tools and figure out what works in that situation. So don't be caught off guard if one time coloring works for a situation and then the next time you're like, I can't color, I gotta get my hands on something, or I have to journal about it, or I have to go take a walk, or whatever it is, don't get discouraged about that. Find what works for you, and don't feel defeated if there's something that you're like, nothing is working. And if you feel that way, just be honest. Be honest with your counselor. Like, there was a situation and it literally felt like nothing worked. How do I handle that? Be honest with your mentor. I have a very great mentor, all thanks to God. And I know I can be honest with her and be like, it don't work. But here's the thing. Practice takes work. So if you're not practicing it, if you're not consistently practicing it Monday through Sunday, then it's not going to work. You can't just practice it Monday and then not practice it again until next Monday. It has to be consistent. You have to do it every single time that you have anxiety, or it's not going to work. Because how do we build something? By practicing it. You just don't try out for the football team without practicing football. You don't try out for dance without having a dance background. You don't try to sing on the worship team without a singing background. Like, it takes practice. And if you're not putting in the practice, you're not going to see the result. And I'm not just talking to you guys, I'm talking to me too, because I am guilty of this too. It's like, okay, I did a Monday night, and then, like, didn't do a Tuesday, So it's repetition, it's practicing, it's doing it consistently. Otherwise, you're going to be in stage 1 of healing forever. And no one wants to be in stage 1 of healing forever. You want to be in stage 2, and then stage 3, and then finally the day will come that you're healed. But if you don't practice consistently in stage 1, then you're going to not be in stage 2 for a long time. So that is all I have to say today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you guys next Sunday. Bye.